to be virtually reality based, where he's literally he reenacted a scene.
What made him think they were going to let him on that shit?
Which is
I don't know.
unironically.
I know, and you know what?
Good evening, good evening. Welcome to
What made
the
him think he was going to own it?
Crypto Granny Show. I am just letting you all know that yes, you read the title correctly. A woman was gang raped in the metaverse. I will play a short video in a moment. Stand by.
You can meet. They say the future is exciting. It's full of surprises and opportunities. But here's something we rarely say about the future. It's volatile and dangerous. I'm talking about the metaverse. If you ask Mark Zuckerberg, it's the best thing on earth. You can meet new people, you can have new experiences, you can build new businesses. It's a win-win for all. But let me share the story of 43-year-old Neena Jane Patel from London. And then you can decide. Patel works at a technology firm in Britain. She was testing out Facebook's metaverse technology. She logged in, she created an avatar, and she went exploring. Do you know what happened next? Her avatar was raped by other users. Let me repeat. Her virtual avatar was gang raped by other metaverse users. Here's what Neena Patel wrote on her blog. Within 60 seconds of joining, I was verbally and sexually harassed, 3 to 4 male avatars with male voices essentially, but virtually gang raped my avatar and took photos. Neena Patel was traumatized. She threw out her headphones and logged out. And since then, she's suffering from anxiety. Does this news surprise you? I'm asking because it does not surprise me. When women are not safe in the real world, How can we be safe, or we be expected to be safe in the virtual world? Your face is different, your name is different, so metaverse users are free to do whatever they want. And I know what some people are thinking. Nothing actually happened. Nobody was physically hurt. Well, I have two things to say to that. One, it reveals the users' disgusting impulses. Thinking about raping someone is also wrong, by the way. Using your virtual avatar to rape someone is also wrong. And two, such crimes are not just about the physical hurt, it's also about the mental trauma. I'll go back to what Nina Patel wrote. A horrible experience that happened so fast, and before I could even think about putting the safety barrier in place, I froze. It was surreal. It was a nightmare. What is Meta/Facebook doing about this? Well, they have released a statement. This is what it says. Horizon Venue should be safe, and we are committed to building it that way. We will continue to make improvements as we learn more about how people interact in these spaces, especially when it comes to helping people report things easily and reliably. FYI, Horizon Venue is a metaverse platform run by Facebook. This statement is along expected lines, safe and diplomatic. But try reading between the lines. Facebook is essentially saying, this is trial and error. We will continue to make improvements as we learn more about how people interact. I hate to break it to Mark Zuckerberg, but human beings are not his guinea pigs. You cannot sacrifice the mental health of users to perfect your platform. And this is not happening for the first time. Think back to the internet and social media. The same thing happened. The applications came first. The rules came later. The result was this: fake news, hate speech, identity thefts. We should not repeat the same mistake with the metaverse. There must be rules and regulations, how to interact with other avatars, how to exchange money, what is permitted and what is not. These guidelines must be established first. Unfortunately, we're going in the opposite direction. Launch the platform, get billions of users, then wait for each user to complain. Trust me, this is going to be a massive legal complication. For instance, your assets in the metaverse, how will they be taxed? Your crimes in the metaverse, how will they be proved? I'm not saying the metaverse is a bad idea. It offers endless opportunities to people, but it's an unfinished product. And big tech alone cannot be trusted to finish it. The laws, the taxes, the crimes, all of it must be regulated by the state as well. If not, such crimes will keep happening. In December last year, another metaverse tester reported being groped. And this happened on the same platform, Horizon. 2 months later, it's happened again. What is the point of beta testing if the problems are never rectified? Having said that, it's not too late. Governments and courts can still intervene to set things right. They have the laws. What they need is new procedures. For example, in many countries, sexual harassment does not require bodily contact. Those same laws can apply here. But the question is, how do you prove it? How do you find the person behind the avatar? If such groundwork is not done, the metaverse could become a murky underbelly of the real world. WeOn is now available in your country. Download the app now.
It's interesting. So, yes, she got raped in the metaverse, and now she's mentally distraught. I just say, if you go in the metaverse, be very careful. Go with a friend. You're not even safe when you're playing a game in your living room. I'm not trying to make fun of this, but like, you're going in untouched, how do you call it? Untouched waters. You go into something that's not even fully developed. The policing's not even there yet. Nothing's regulated. The metaverse is made to be interactive, be fun. It's just certain situations like this that kind of make me go, Like, if this is just the beginning and nobody even knows about it yet, even though you're hearing about it, it's so new, the technology. But it's pretty crazy. I'm going to play one more video about this, and it's Candace Owens. She's talking about the metaverse, and she gives you kind of a breakdown And she literally visited the metaverse and she was explaining what she's seen, how it was, and I'll let her explain to you. Give me one moment. A fake house in the metaverse sold for $950,000. And you know what's sad, guys and dolls? A lot of people are out here trying to get a house, even if it's for $200,000. But people who have money to spend $950,000 on a virtual reality home, which is crazy. Okay, where is Miss? Yeah, my husband just said he finds it very disrespectful that people are spending $950,000 on a virtual home. People are homeless, and yet you got, everybody else playing video games with $1 million property. Give me a second. I'm losing train of thought here. It's late. I've been on tonight like crazy. Where is that article? Okay, I think this is it. I just want to play this. She explains it very well. Bear with me. You all know when you watch this that I'm just learning. But I'm going to share this and okay, here we go. Miss Candace Owens. Share. Any questions? Hit the comment box and I'll leave a link. We could discuss this. I know the volume ain't even on. Let's get the volume on so you can hear what she's saying. Check it out.
In this world, a digital you moves from place to place, unbounded by the laws of physics. This is the promise of the metaverse. What's the hype all about? And what will it take for us to get there?
If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will answer after this video.
What exactly is the metaverse?
Consensus seems to be that the metaverse is the future of the internet.
What will it look like? Well, it depends on who you ask.
Mark Zuckerberg recently rebranded Facebook to Meta, reflecting his metaverse ambitions for the company, which also owns the VR headset Oculus. He has described the metaverse as a virtual environment where you can be present with people in digital spaces. This comes close to how the metaverse was first described in a 1992 science fiction novel, Snow Crash, that coined the term.
In this fictional story, the metaverse is a parallel digital world where humans interact with each other in avatar forms. If this is the future of the internet, and I'm going to be living a large part of my life within it,
Hope that everyone had a wonderful Christmas break, that the children got all of the gifts that they wanted. In my house, we celebrate Boxing Day. My husband is English, and that's actually a thing over there. The day after Christmas in the United Kingdom is another bank holiday that's referred to as Boxing Day. It has nothing to do with boxes or even the sport of boxing anymore. Essentially, it's just a day that you spend with neighbors and friends and you eat leftovers. It's kind of like a Christmas hangover. So for our Christmas hangover, we went to a friend's home and got all the kids together. And this particular friend had purchased a pair of Oculus goggles for his son. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Maybe you've seen the pictures. They are a pair of giant goggles that you wear that allows you to play a video game in a sort of virtual reality. That was the pitch, at least, when they first came out. When I tried on these Oculus goggles on Boxing Day, I realized that it was something entirely different. My experience wasn't a very long one. So I put these glasses on, and suddenly I'm transported into an elevator, and it is incredible how real it looks and it feels. And I pressed a button, and I went up in the elevator, and the elevator opened, and I was standing on the top of a building, the tiny little ledge. And I could hear the people around me in the real universe saying, just step out into the ledge and jump off. And I went, I'm not jumping off of this ledge. There's no way I'm jumping off of this ledge. I mean, I was aware, of course, that in the universe, my feet were on the ground, but seeing is believing. So in this reality, I was convinced that I was actually on top of a building and they were asking me to jump, and I was terrified. I was not going to jump off. I said, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do this. I tried to inch my way forward, and finally I said, nope, I'm taking these off. And they all kind of laughed at me. And then my friend went up next. Pretty much the same process. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then my husband thought it would be funny to push my friend, of course, in the universe, just give him a little push. And my friend fell over onto the floor into the universe and screamed, ah! He was genuinely terrified. He took the glasses off and he said he felt like he was actually dying, actually thought that he was going to die from this little push. And I thought, wow, someone's actually going to die from a heart attack probably, right? I mean, that's how real everything becomes when you put these goggles on. And the person that was hosting us informed us that you actually have to sign a waiver to play because people have already actually died. How's that for a game? And why am I telling you this? Because what we're talking about and what I experienced was the coming of the metaverse. You've heard about it. Facebook recently changed their name to Meta. I mean, everybody's talking about metaverse. There was a tract of virtual land that sold for $4.3 million in the metaverse. And guess what? After what I just experienced, I can tell you that that was actually a good investment. Snoop Dogg, the rapper, has a $17 million NFT collection. That's a virtual art collection. What do you do with virtual art? You're probably asking yourselves, well, you put it in a virtual world, in your virtual house, on a virtual plot of land. The second reason, the more important reason I'm telling you this is because it scared me. It scared me because I felt in my gut that I had stumbled upon a missing piece of this authoritarian puzzle. Think about it. All of the radical changes that we've experienced in society over the last 2 years, somehow it all just perfectly aligns with the coming of the metaverse. Social distancing, people afraid, genuinely afraid to see one another's faces. I mean, what better solve for that than to only communicate with one another via the metaverse? Just throw on a pair of goggles and meet up virtually. Come to my house in the virtual world. The never before seen national shutdown of schools to combat COVID. Virtual learning established to combat a virus that has an approximate 0% chance of harming any child. Children made to exist behind masks anyway. Well, what better priming could there have been for a meta existence? Soon, children are going to be told to stay home, put on their goggles, and to go to class. And they'll be convinced, by the way, that they are actually in a classroom sitting next to their peers, because that's how real it feels behind those goggles. Only this time, their parents aren't going to have to worry about any germs. There'll be no need for parents to physically go into work anymore either. Just throw on a pair of goggles and be immediately transported into your office. Isolation and more technology. What we're talking about, what I'm trying to communicate to you, is that we are on the brink of transhumanism. Human beings are becoming the computers. I want you to think about that the next time you hear words like biotech, biology and technology merging, mRNA vaccines, our DNA being fused with technology. What we are on the brink of is the next iteration of the World Wide Web, and it should terrify you. So welcome to Web 3. Let's talk about your internet security. Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like leaving your laptop exposed at a coffee shop table while you run to the counter to buy another drink. Most of the time, you're probably fine, but what if one day you come back and find that your laptop is gone? Every time you connect to an unencrypted network, think cafe, airport, or hotel Wi-Fi, your online data is not secured. Any hacker on the same network can gain access to and steal your personal data. And it does not take an advanced techie knowledge to hack someone. Really, a 12-year-old could do it. That's why I recommend ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN creates a secure, encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet so that hackers can't steal your sensitive data. What I like most about ExpressVPN is how easy it is to use. Simply download the app on your phone or computer, tap one button, and you're protected. Secure your online data today with the VPN that I trust by visiting expressvpn.com/Candace. That's expressvpn.com/Candace, and you can get an extra 3 months free. Thanks for joining me on this segment of Candace. If you'd like to join the Daily Wire's fight against the Biden administration's unconstitutional vaccine mandates, head to dailywire.com/do-not-comply and sign our petition today.
With MailChimp's Customer Journey Builder, you can connect with more customers and lead them and their furry friends down the path to purchase. You're more than a small business, and MailChimp's got more intelligent tools to help you grow it. MailChimp. Get started with MailChimp today.
If this is the future of the internet and I'm going to be living a large part of my life within it, I want to know how it looks like. Oh my gosh, okay.
How immersive the future metaverse will be depends to an extent on how realistically the physical world can be recreated in it. And the ability to create true-to-life 3D animation is a goal for those working on virtual world simulations, including CG artist, extended reality designer, and author Connell Hillman.
We're looking at various trends that make up the idea of the metaverse. First of all, one big trend is gaming. So gaming is becoming a social thing where people just hang out. And then we have digital ownership, like people wanting to own a skin, and ideally they want to take that skin, use it as an AR filter on Instagram and take it to Roblox or to Fortnite. And then of course the huge development in extended reality, being able to create realistic virtual worlds.
Let's say I want my avatar to look exactly like me as I do in the physical world. How close are we to achieving that with the technology we have?
There's a new technology by Epic Games called MetaHumans, and MetaHumans is a huge step towards that because it used to be extremely difficult to get realism in humans.
Is there an example, like, can I create an avatar of myself in MetaHumans?
Actually, yes, I prepared a little thing. So I was actually looking up some photos of you online.
Okay.
Here I basically eyeballed it, by using reference images. Basically how you do that is you take different facial features from different archetypes and mix and match them together and try to approximate the looks. And then we have sensors that drive the avatar's behavior.
It's supposed to be me.
Sort of, yeah. Of course we can try to improve it a little bit.
Wow, I'm yawning. I don't know, imagine I could be in my studio and there'll be like sensors or cameras to capture me, and I will be interacting with other people doing the same thing, but in the metaverse.
Exactly. It opens up a lot of opportunities because people can join together in a virtual space and look like themselves. You know, we're still at the beginning of building that metaverse that allows these realistic.
For strangers or totally new people who have never met me in physical world, and then I can present a really polished version of myself.
You could try to make yourself look like you've been working out in the gym 24/7 for the last few months,
A hyper-realistic virtual me that I can tweak to look however I want. I can see how that can be a big draw in the metaverse. But for me to want to spend time in the metaverse, I need to have more than just being able to tweak how I look. I want me, not just my avatar, to be living these experiences. Gotcha. Come on, get us in here.
And that, it turns out, can already be your reality, right in your own living room.
I feel that, man.
With consumer-grade VR sets.
Come on, come on, come on. Give me your best. I actually felt that punch because of the haptic feedback from this vest that simulates a sensation of touch. I still find this experience a bit alien. Take, for example, this rock climbing game I'm trying out. In this VR world, I control two disembodied hands to do the climbing. And these hands correspond with the controllers that I'm holding in the physical world. The rest of my body does not exist in the VR space. So I can just let go and nothing happens to me.
In order to experience the virtual reality world more immersively, with full bodies intact, I hear one needs technology that can be found at some VR entertainment centers.
The main difference for us is that we actually includes different technologies such as your motion tracking technology, so that we actually track your exact movement in the game. So it's more lifelike. If you're waving the game or you're tapping on your friend's shoulder, you'll see exactly the same thing in the game as well.
So the players basically also wear the
Yes,
trackers.
the trackers will actually tell the game to say that, okay, this is your left hand, this is your right hand. So these cameras actually capture all this feedback. That's why it allows us to form your in-game avatar, how tall you are, what you're doing, things like that.
Okay, can we also play these games at home with the same or more or less the same experience?
It can be done, but then to do out the whole system, it won't be economically feasible, I would say.
A basic kit consisting of a haptic vest, headset, headphones, a computer, motion trackers, and cameras will cost a 6-digit sum in Singapore dollars. And that's just for one person. Entering the virtual dimension requires an armor of equipment to teleport our physical bodies into virtual space. Once there, I'm able to intuitively navigate my virtual surroundings, see my torso and limbs, and operate virtual weapons, even physically interact with my friends. But until the technology that enables full body tracking becomes more widely affordable to consumers, a fully immersive metaverse may be out of reach to many.
Oh, that was great. That was quite fun. And I love it that I'm with my friends, I'm being with them, I can communicate with them, I can literally touch them. But okay, something was still a bit missing, like the environment, you know, I couldn't smell anything or feel anything. If only there were more sensations or even a sense of smell included, that would be perfect.
Domain.com is where an idea turns into something real, where a spark of inspiration becomes your website, your brand, your next big thing. So what are you waiting for? Get real at domain.com.
So, what do you think about that? Drop a comment in the link. If you want to have live crypto and metaverse discussions, please just drop a message in any of my videos and I will get back to you. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to share one more video after this, and you all have a great night. Be careful in the metaverse. Crypto Granny.
And you may now be wondering,